So hello guys, this is like Maestro. Haha! So a few days ago, I asked for suggestions kung ano magandang topic that I will discuss here in my channel. So, one of the topics was philosophy. To my surprise and my delight, I get to discuss the topic that I love, which is philosophy alongside with psychology. Pero yun, that's for a different video. So, what we're going to talk about today is klaro ba? Wait lang. Klaro naman. Happiness! So, we're going to talk about happiness, guys. So, parang context lang, a few weeks ago, merong event sa Ateneo that was called the Philosopher's Rally. So, parang merong main event, merong main speaker, then merong parang mini event, or parang ganun. And in that mini event, students get to present the paper that they wrote regarding philosophy, parang ganun. Philosophy yung yun. So the paper that really intrigued me was entitled Will Man Ever Achieve Satisfaction in Life, or will we ever achieve happiness in life? So, however, the thing that really captured my interest, that really captured my imagination and really intrigued me as a philosopher was this claim. This claim, the claim that happiness is the ultimate end. According to Aristotle, happiness is the ultimate end. So, I don't agree. Okay, I don't agree. And you will know the reasons why I don't agree with Aristotle. Kapal ng mukha ko, si Aristotle binabangga ko. Pero you know, that is what philosophy is all about. Parang agreeing and disagreeing about the points and arguments. So, yun, nakig-argue ako sa presenter that I don't believe that happiness is the ultimate end. Define ultimate. It is not even a goal worth striving for. Parang ganun. So, however, I changed my position then, parang medyo nuance na siya. However, meron din akong positions that I retain and I also changed along the way. So, today, I'm going to present to you my main argument, which is we should not strive for happiness in order to be happy. Parang paradoxical siya. So, however, we can break that down to two main arguments. Argument number one, I concede. Okay? Klaruhin natin. I concede. I concede. I agree with Plato that happiness is the ultimate end. However, argument 2 is that I would say that we should not strive for happiness. Okay? Okay. So, we should not strive for happiness. So, parang ganun, parang medyo paradoxical siya. Medyo if nalilito ka na, okay lang. This is part of what philosophy is all about. However, I'm going to break down my himayin ko para maintindihan nyo. So, yun guys. So, yun. Asa na tayo? So, argument 1 and argument 2, parang part 1 and part 2. So, let's go. So, let's start with this. End. Part 1 na tayo. Part 1. P1. So, what is an end? So, before I claim that I agree with Aristotle on this claim that happiness is the ultimate end of human existence, parang ganon, we must first define what is an end anyway, and what is ultimate. So, ganon. So, an end, if we search the dictionary, meron dalawang definition ng end. The first one is a result or outcome. The second one is a goal or an objective. So, dalawang definition, result or outcome, or goal or objective. Pero the nuance lies in the definition here. So the first one is result or outcome, and the second is goal. Parang ganun. But however, when we talk about happiness being the ultimate goal, the ultimate end of human existence, we're not talking about an end as a goal. We're talking about end as a result. The result that we the result of that we want, or parang ganun, the result or the outcome that we want. So, bakit siya ultimate goal? Bakit ultimate? Anong meaning ng ultimate? Ultimate is just a word that describes finality. Yun yung talagang final na goal, na final na result or outcome na that we want, that we yun. So, ito, ultimate. So, I'm going to describe a string of means and ends. Parang ganun. For example, why do you study? To get good grades. Why do you want to get good grades? In order to have a good transcript. Para yung lumabas sa transcript ko magaganda. Bakit? Why do I want that? Because I want a good job in the future. Why do I want a good job in the future? Financial stability. Why do I want financial stability? The reasons go on and on. Parang string siya. However, if we boil it down, it is all about happiness. Why do I want to be financially stable? Parang maging happy din tayo. I could buy things that I want. I could buy the things that I want, and I could go to places that I want to go. Parang ganun. And we need money, we need financial stability, we need a good job for that. So, ganun. So, yun. So, that is why I agree with Aristotle that happiness is the ultimate end, because yung actions natin, ang ating dinidesire talaga is happiness. Yun, the ultimate end. However, dito na tayo. Medyo confusing na ito, pero relax lang po tayo mga kaibigan. So, the part 2 is that we should not strive for happiness. Yun. If nalilito ka, okay lang. We're going to go to this step by step. So, we should not strive for happiness. Bakit? Happiness? Sige. I have 4 reasons. Number 1, happiness. The first reason is that happiness or striving for happiness is not always good. For example, doing drugs. Some people want to be happy, and their means of being happy is doing drugs. For example, parang negative siya na approach of being happy. So, yun. It is not always good or healthy. So, number 2. Number 2 is happiness is fleeting. Hindi siya permanent. This is fleeting. Hindi siya permanent. Once we're happy, that feeling won't last. Hindi siya permanent. So that is the condition. The condition behind that is what we call the hedonic treadmill. We pursue happiness, we get happy, then we're always going to revert back to our normal state of affairs, which is parang hindi happy. Parang happy, normal. Happy, normal, sad, normal. Parang ganun. Pero, yun. Parang ganun. Ganun. Okay? So, that is 2. It is fleeting. So, number 3, happiness is just one emotion out of many. Okay? Okay. Bakit tayo parang obsessed talaga sa happiness? How about other emotions like sadness, like anger, like parang ganun? Okay? Ang daming emotion. Emotion is a spectrum. And those emotions make us human. But why do we always strive for happiness? Parang ganun. However, yun. That's one of the reasons that I would say we should not strive for happiness. Kasi, happiness is just one emotion out of many. So, the 4th reason is that happiness does not sustain us through tragedy. Okay. So, yun. Does not sustain us through tragedy. So, one clinical psychologist from Canada named Jordan Peterson, he claimed that we are not happiness-seeking creatures. Because that is a low goal. What we want is a deep meaning that sustains us through tragedy. So parang ganun. So yun, ang meaning. So that is the that parang trailer na or So what is the alternative? Sinabi ko na ito ang alternative na happiness. Meaning. Okay? The alternative that we should strive for is meaning. However, before going to meaning or parang ganon, so we're going to break down or I'm going to lay down a few assumptions. So the framework that we're going to discuss is existentialism. So let's start. Number one, in existentialism, parang number one, life is not about happiness. Okay, life is not about happiness. We're not born here to be happy. Kaya nga ang iba, they're dying of starvation. Ang iba, they're going through things that parang mahirap talaga. Life has no objective or has no grand objective meaning. Number one yan, ha? Life has no grand objective meaning. Because life is full of tragedy. Okay, so we're going to read a quote. So now, this is a quote from a philosopher named Arthur Schopenhauer. Sabi niya, there is only one inborn error, and that is the notion that we exist in order to be happy. So long as we persist in this inborn error, and indeed become confirmed it through optimistic dogmas, the world seems full of contradictions. Yun. If we think that we are born to be happy, the world will seem to us full of contradictions. Okay? So yun. So yun. If we think that we live here in this world in order to be happy, the world will seem to be full of contradictions. Yun, isipin nyo na life is not about happiness. Life is full of tragedy. Life is full of suffering. Life is full of misery. Yun, part yun sa life. That is the part of our human condition, facing life's challenges. And wala yung number one thing in existentialism is wala yung meaning. Wala yung structure, walang divine plan, walang plano ang Diyos bakit ginawa niya yon na pumutok ang Taal volcano dahil ganito or nagka-cancer yung nanay mo or yung binigyan niya ng coronavirus ang China because merong yun. Walang reason, okay? Yan ang tandaan nyo. Walang reason bakit merong nagka-cancer merong namamatay dahil sa cancer, merong namamatay dahil sa diabetes, merong namamatay dahil sa coronavirus, merong namamatay dahil sa earthquake at sa volcanic eruption at sa typhoon, ano pa yan, namamatay dahil hindi na niya kaya ang life. Kaya nagpatiwakal na lang, nag-suicide na lang. Because life has that is not what life is all about. And I don't believe na yung saying na oras niya or time na niya nakunin na siya ni Lord. I don't believe in that saying. Because I don't believe that God preordained or he has a plan for us. I believe that we are the authors of our meaning. We are the authors of our life. We are the authors of our destiny. And if you believe that, you don't wait for a deity or someone or something to write meaning in your life. You create that meaning. So ito. Meaning, ito. So, we must consider that, number one, there is no objective meaning. Walang kabuluhan. There is no reason behind merong namamatay. There's no reason behind bakit merong nagkakasakit ng ganito, ganyan. There's no reason behind that. That condition where the our meaningless life meets with our meaning-hungry minds is what existentialists call ganito ko na lang. That is what the existentialists call the absurd. It is shouting even if no one will hear us, but we still shout anyway. Yun. It is where the meaningless meets the meaning-hungry. We are starving for meaning. However, meaning is not objective. Parang walang universal, parang ganon, na meaning. Meaning is subjective. Subjective meaning we create our meaning. Walang meaning ang universe na ito, however, we create that meaning. That meaning must be personal. So yun, meaning must be personal. If you look for something in your life that is meaningful for you, okay, personal, hindi, ito, my work here is meaningful for me. Teaching psychology, teaching philosophy, vlogging, talking about mental health, beatboxing, parang ganon, learning about psychology, yun. That is meaningful for me. However, ang daming, each people has a meaning that is personal to them. It could be business, it could be arts, it could be poetry, it could be music, it could be academics, it could be becoming a psychologist one day, becoming a lawyer one day, becoming a doctor one day, becoming parang ganon. Each of us has something meaningful. Okay? Parang merong something meaningful para sa atin, and we only have to realize it. If we think na wala pang meaningful sa atin, well, just try to explore. Try to explore the world, try to learn new things, and someday you'll find the meaning that will sustain you. Okay, so magre-read naman tayo ng about meaning. So, the thing is, ang lamang ng meaning compared to happiness. Let's consider this. Meaning sustains us through tragedy. Yung sinabi ni Dr. Jordan Peterson. He who has a why can bear almost anyhow. That's according to Friedrich Nietzsche. Meaning makes a great many things endurable. Perhaps everything. That's according to Carl Jung. So, from these philosophers, they teach us that we should strive for a meaningful life. Strive for meaningful things, not strive for a happy life and happy things. Meaning. So, i-compare na naman natin yung meaning sa happiness. So, we're going to one by one yung binulet ko. So, number one, happiness is not always good. If we contrast that to meaning, usually, meaning is pro-social. Meaning, para sa atin, what is meaningful is usually good. Wala naman siguro kanang person who finds meaning in inflicting pain, except man lang kung meron kang if you are a psychopath or you have an antisocial personality disorder. So that. Number two, happiness is fleeting, meaning is not. Meaning is not. Even if for example, you find raising your children, for example, it is happiness at first. Meron akong bagong anak, parang ganon, you announce, you celebrate, you call your mga kapitbahay, mga tita mo, yung parents mo, tinawag mo, okay guys, I have an announcement to make. Kung meron akong bagong anak, ang pangalan niya ay Sibjon. That's happiness. However, it's fleeting. ilang months nang lumipas, that feeling of happiness, that feeling of excitement of having a new child fades. Then the responsibility comes in. However, it is still meaningful. Kahit nanay ka, nahihirapan ka na, it is still meaningful for you. Yun. Number 2, happiness is just one emotion. However, if we talk about meaning, meaning encompasses many emotions. Meaning includes sadness. Meaning includes, parang ganun. If you work towards something meaningful for you, all those emotions are there. You're angry at something. You want to fight for something. You are angry at something. Bakit? For example, you're fighting for social justice, for example. You're fighting for the law. You're defending the oppressed. You're advocating for the poor. And you become angry. Why? Because it is meaningful for you. You talk about depression and sadness. You become a little sad. Why? Because it is meaningful for you. You see? Meaning is not just happiness. Meaning encompasses different emotions, and that sustains us. Okay? Number 4, I already discussed. Meaning sustains us through tragedy. So, eto guys, parang patapos na tayo sa aking presentation. So, balik tayo. What is the significance? Why meaning? And why do I concede that happiness is the ultimate end? Because meron tayong dalawang goals. Okay? Balikan natin to. And has 2 definitions. Result and goal. If we talk about result, this is the result, happiness. If we talk about goal, goal is something that we strive for. We should not strive for happiness, rather we should strive for meaning. So ito, part 1, the ultimate end, result yan siya. However, the goal is meaning. We should strive for meaningful things, a meaningful life, a meaningful existence, doing things that are meaningful and personal for us. Okay? Siguro you may have questions about meaning. For example, what is meaningful for me? I would say that, for example, meaning is personal. It is like playing chess. And someone asks you, what is the best move? The answer would be, look at the board. Consider where you are. Consider the position of your pieces and the position of the pieces of your enemy. So, look at your life's board. What does it? Where are you right now? Are you a student? Are you seeking employment? Are you a professor? Are you a teacher? Are you a businessman? Look at your life situation. Because meaning, hindi siya absolute and equal for everybody. It is personal. We must consider where we are right now. Parang ganun. If you want to figure out your meaning, look at and examine your life. Examine where you are right now and where you're going to be, where you are heading. What are you trying to pursue specifically? If you're trying to if you want to pass the board exam, for example, you must structure your life, you must structure your means toward that end, toward that goal. Why? Why do you want to pass the board exam? Because being a psychometrician or a psychologist is meaningful to me. Why? Ultimate end. Why? It makes me happy. It is meaningful and it makes me happy. So, ganito guys ha. Iko-connect na natin yung part 1 at part 2. We should not strive for happiness. However, we should strive for meaning. But, paradoxically, if we strive for meaning, we will get to happiness. If we strive for meaning, we will get to happiness. Yun. Let me end with a quote. Ito, parang reflection to. Who is the happier man? He who has braved the storm of life and lived, or he who has stayed securely on the shore and merely existed. This is by Hunter Thompson. So who is the happier man? Sino ang mas masaya? Yung nagpakasaya lang, umiinom lang everyday, umiinom lang, kumakain lang ng Dunkin Donuts or parang ganon. Kumakain lang ng isaw, kumukuan. Yun, tumatambay lang, umiinom. Or yung person who's striving for a goal that he thinks is meaningful, na when he's fighting for something that for him is meaningful, sino talaga ang mas masaya? Who is happier? They are both happy, however the quality of happiness brought by meaning is different. Because when the time comes na, when hardship comes in your life, for example, merong intense na tragedy sa iyong life, it will sustain you. Magiging matatag ka if you ground your life in meaning. And if you ground your life in something meaningful. If you decide for yourself that what I want is not a happy life, but a meaningful life. Thank you, and that's all for now. Psych Maestro out!